It's super late. But you already know we didn't forget about you guys, even though we're really tired, had a long day of work, we're still going to talk about something cool, educational, and useful in your life in terms of improving your health and overall quality of life, because that's what it's all about here at When Wellness. And what we're going to talk about today is why you shouldn't be like this. At least one reason or a few. With forward head posture, it's been shown that the muscles, specifically your SCMs, your splenius muscles, which you have splenius capitis that go like this, and then you have splenius cervicis, which pretty much go like that, are overly shortened, right? Chronically, they're shortened. For example, we won't even get into upper traps and levator scap, but let's just take one directly from a study that showed that those muscles are chronically shortened with forward head posture, and that these muscles, your middle trapezius, coming back up in here, just about, reach it, are chronically lengthened. And we're sitting like this, rounded forward. We have those tight pecs. We have upper cross syndrome, right? And we're sitting like this, and our head's forward. So what happens? We got to hold this bowling ball up like a crane, right? And so these muscles all get super tight, and we have dysfunction in them. So what's the problem if they're chronically shortened or lengthened? Well, electromyography, also known as EMG, something that measures the muscle's response or electrical stimulation of a muscle, the electrical conductivity of a muscle in response to nerve stimulation of that muscle, right? So it can measure the muscle's response when we give some nerve stimulus, and the electrical response that's traveling through the muscle. So you can see where there's reduced nerve impulse, right? You can see what muscles are chronically in a state of dysfunction with an EMG. And they show that people with forward head posture have reduced EMG activity in their splenius and their SCMs, okay? Not to mention the middle trapezius. So whether they were lengthened chronically, like the middle trapezius, or shortened like the splenius and the SCMs, SCM sternocleidomastoid, because it goes from sternum to the clavicle to the mastoid processes, right? So whether it's either one of them, it's no bueno, right? Those muscles are not going to perform as well. This can lead to pain and muscular dysfunction, right? And this can lead to some serious issues over time. So now your head's not in the proper position because your muscles aren't firing properly. Your muscles aren't working properly. It's not just about strengthening your entire body. You got to strengthen the muscles that hold your head up, right? And we don't really think about that all too often. And when you keep good posture, you're using your middle trapezius, right? When you stand up nice and tall, and your ears over your shoulder, over your acromioclavicular joint, right? And that's the type of posture that we want. So don't let that head come forward, that forward head posture. Know that it's chronically shortening and lengthening certain muscles, and that is something that is going to have a negative effect on your nerve impulse, not only in terms of peripheral nerve impulse, meaning outside of the central nervous system, but if you're sitting like that all the time, now you're negatively affecting the curvature of your spine, right? And your spine is supposed to be lordotic like this, at least in the cervicals, right? We always say it goes like this. It's an S-shaped, shock-absorbing spring is the cervical spine, is the spine in general. That's why it's like that, right? The body is very intelligent, as is nature. And so if we have a straighter curve and we reduce that lordosis because we have forward head posture all the time, not only are we going to have these tight muscles up in our neck and these weaker muscles in our back that are going to let us round forward and not keep us standing up tall and with great posture and strong, but the curve of the spine can change over time, and then what happens is the discs between the bones, they can wear away quicker. Now it's straighter. Now there's more pressure on these joints, these discs that are between them, and it's, what else is between them? The nerves. You got that right. Spinal nerves coming off the spinal cord, leaving the canal, and that's something that's obviously not good for controlling everything in the body, because that's what the central nervous system does, either directly or indirectly. You can make arguments for, things like glands and whatnot. But indirectly, yes, absolutely. The brain and spinal cord will control everything in the body to some degree. So That's what we got for you guys. Think twice before you let yourself sit there. So what can I do? Well, the first thing really is all the time, just try to tell yourself, look, I'm going to stand up tall. I'm not going to, I'm going to stand like this. You might feel like a freak for like a week. Feel like a freak for a week. But your muscles won't be weak. And they won't tweak. Because they'll be strong. And you'll feel good for a long time. So that's the end of my rhyme. So you'll be standing there. So I just love to have fun. But you'll remember now that you should keep your head over your shoulders. Don't let it come forward. That's one thing just in everyday life. What do we all do? We're on phones. We are on tablets. We're on computers. So what do we do when we read things off of those and whatever we're doing, looking at TikTok, hopefully not all day. But you're sitting there going on stupid social media and you're sitting there hunching forward like this, right? So maybe raise up what you're reading, right? Put some books under that computer. Keep it up nice and tall so you can look at eye level. It'll force your head to stay up. And in terms of exercises, you can do some chin tucks. Chin tuck, like this. And squeeze these deep neck flexors. It makes it look like a double chin. And it makes you talk funny. But it's a great thing to do to strengthen these and to take some stress off of these. In terms of the middle trapezii, what about scap retractions? Bring the shoulder blades down and together, down and together, down and together, and squeeze them together. They're coming down this way if I went through my back, right? Down like that. So, let's strengthen the muscles we need to. Let's loosen the ones that we need to. More importantly, let's not even think about any of it and just have good posture all the time. And we don't got to worry about nothing, people. So that's what we got for you. Take it home, put it in the bank. Who do we got on here today? I am tired. Sorry if I look real tired. Danny Kim, thanks, man. Toddy Tunisia. We should start making health raps. That would be fun, huh? Benji Minja. Kalini. That sounds really fun. Keely. Randy, what's up? George Parker. Gibson. How you guys doing? Taylor James. The real Sammy. She ain't fake. He ain't fake. What's up? What up, Devon? Sammy, what's up, man? I love you. You're a beast. Thanks for coming on, man. Miss you, dude. This one's for you, man. DT Shelby. Menendez Fido Gilbert. Kyle's Holly, what's up? Elcon Joe Fav. Brandon Malone, and the first one of the day, Danny Kip. Yeah, Danny Kip. I love you, man. This is absolutely for you as well. You're a beast. Thanks for being an awesome friend, a great dude, and being the first one-on-one wellness today, and listening to what you tell patients all the time, like a broken record, I'm sure, is what we're all doing. But hey, man, hope you had a great day today. Luke Whitlock, it was your birthday today. Happy birthday, dude. I hope you enjoyed it. I know you tall string bean son of a bitch slipping through people in rugby, doing cool shit. I hope you had a great day, man. And in all seriousness, you're a cool dude. And I think of you. I think of some good times in Iowa. I feel like you're like one of the nicest kids I've met, for sure. I met a lot of really nice people in Iowa. Not that takes anything away from that, but people in Iowa are just different. I don't know where you're originally from. People in the Midwest, man, they're so nice. They like hold the door open for you. Like they're like overly nice, Like they'll hold the door open and you're like 20 yards away. You're like, dude, really, like go. Because now I gotta pick it up on a hop. I didn't want to have to do that going into the building. You could have just shut the door. And I would have just happily opened it and did a form of scapular retraction while I opened it in a row. No, but I don't know if it's because you're from the Midwest or because you come from a good family, but you're a good guy, man. Happy birthday. This one's for you. Your day in the book of When Wellness. Also, Andrew Kozak's birthday. Goddamn right. Another stud, man. Not from the Midwest. He's proof that you can have that kind of heart and be that kind of great guy and be from the East Coast, New York, and not be somebody that's going to cut everybody off and flip them off and not tip the pizza guy right, you know? So, happy birthday, man. I don't even know if that's a stereotype, the pizza guy, but I think in New York, I think like what people in Iowa said New Yorkers were like, you know, we're like sleazy, hustle and bustle, get our own, whatever. But obviously we're not all like that, because you're not like that. And now you're a family man with a great plan and, you know, living a great life. You're healthy, you're happy. I love you, man. I hope you had a great day. It's your day in the book of When Wellness as well. So I will talk to you soon, my good sir. Enjoy today. Hope you enjoyed today. And tomorrow's Maddie's birthday, my brother. I should rip him for that, right? Brandon, what's up, man? Brandon Malone. Melody, Sorb. Brandon Malone, you might have like highest viewed When Wellnesses, which I love. Drew's Clues. Seen you a few times as well, my friend. Danny Kipp's on here a lot too. SWR, Charlie Benaldez, also on here a lot. No Filter. A lot of familiar faces. You guys have a fantastic rest of your night. It's all we got for you, folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when, but keep your head posture good until then. We'll see you later. Have a great one. Thanks a lot. Happy When Wellness. See you guys.